In the video recap of A Quiet Place Part 1, Regan discovered that high-frequency audio feedback can incapacitate the monsters. She improvises a method to transmit the noise from her cochlear implant through a microphone and speaker, making the monsters vulnerable to fatal attacks. Shortly after defeating the aliens that invaded their home, Evelyn quickly gets Regan, Marcus, and the baby out of the house. Evelyn grabs an oxygen tank for the baby, while Regan picks up a map and a radio to use against the monsters. The family moves on quietly, armed with their guns. As Evelyn got inside, a factory accidentally triggered a trap, causing bottles to rattle. As they flee, someone spots them through a sniper lens. Marcus's leg gets caught in a bear trap, making him scream uncontrollably. Despite Evelyn's attempts to quiet him, the baby starts crying. A monster approaches, but Regan prepares the speaker to weaken it with the frequency from her hearing aid, and Evelyn shoots it in the head. They continue to run as another monster approaches. Turning a corner, a man grabs Evelyn, covers her mouth, and signals her to be quiet while pointing to an alien on the ceiling. The man picks up Marcus and starts running, with Evelyn and Regan following closely. This monster appears to have eyes and is chasing them head-on. Just as it seems they have no escape, they jump into a tube and go underground. They quickly enter a soundproof furnace. A towel over the latch of the vault reduces noise and prevents it from locking from the inside. The man starts a timer on a stopwatch and opens the door after a few minutes to let in air. Evelyn recognizes the man as Emmett. She knows him from the past, as his child attended school with Regan and Marcus. However, Emmett's wife and son have died. He mentions other survivors, but believes they are not worth saving. After Evelyn treats Marcus's wound, she speaks with Emmett and reveals that Lee is dead. Emmett admits he knew it was Lee lighting fires every night, but never sought out the Abbotts. Regan gives Marcus headphones and plays radio white noise for him, scrolling through the frequencies. Suddenly, Marcus hears music and sits bolt upright. Regan stops turning the dial, and Evelyn rushes over. Marcus whispers, "Music," and Evelyn listens. Shocked, she turns to Emmett, who explains that it's just the song "Across the Sea" on a loop, which is all it ever does. Regan signs that he is lying, telling her mom that Dad would have heard it, he would have told us. Emmett explains that you can't hear that signal down in the valley where the Abbotts lived. He and Lola only discovered it when they moved up here. Regan discovers that the signal originates from a nearby island, about a day's walk away. In the middle of the night, she wakes Marcus, and they go to the soundproof vault to talk. Regan tries to convince Marcus to help her reach the radio tower by following the railway tracks to the coast and finding a boat. She plans to use the station to transmit the high-frequency noise from her hearing aid, which reveals the aliens' weak spots. This would allow anyone with a radio to play the high-pitched noise and protect themselves, marking a significant step toward a better way of life. Marcus is very worried and doesn't want Regan to go, but Regan insists she must try because that's what Dad would have done. Early in the morning, Regan ventures out alone after Marcus threatens to tell Mum. She leaves a note on the radio saying, "Keep listening." In the morning, after discovering that Regan is missing, Evelyn begs Emmett to go after her and bring her back. Emmett reluctantly agrees when Evelyn expresses that she wishes Lee were here to look him in the eye and tell him that Regan is exactly the kind of person worth saving. Meanwhile, Regan arrives at a train station with a derailed train and climbs aboard the only carriage still on the tracks. She encounters several dead bodies and skeletons. In need of a first aid kit, she finds one in the driver's booth, but struggles to open the door. When she finally reaches the box and takes it, the skeleton of the dead driver falls on her, causing her to scream in fright. An alien quickly arrives, trapping Regan as she struggles to hold the hearing aid to the microphone with one hand and operate the shotgun with the other. Fortunately, Emmett arrives and shoots the monster. They hide in a nearby station office, fearing the noise will attract more aliens. Emmett explains he is there to take her home. Regan, unhappy, questions what home even means. She explains her plan to Emmett, reminding him that when his wife died, there was nothing he could do. But now there is. Emmett decides to help her complete the mission. Back at Emmett's base, Evelyn needs to leave Marcus and the baby to get essential supplies. Medicine for Marcus's injured foot and more oxygen tanks for the baby. Marcus, terrified, doesn't want her to go. Evelyn reassures him, explaining that his foot will worsen without treatment and she can't afford to lose him too. Understanding the necessity, Marcus reluctantly lets her go. Evelyn follows the familiar sand path to the store, passing the bridge where Bo died. She stops at a makeshift shrine, touches the photographs while crying, and places her wedding ring on the cross. Meanwhile, back at the base, Marcus, after getting the baby to sleep, explores the compound. The camera shows the baby's oxygen tank gauge in the red zone, indicating it's running low. Upstairs, Marcus finds a room covered with drawings of Emmett's sons. Behind some curtains, he discovers a decomposing body, likely Lola, in a bed. Startled, he accidentally knocks over some objects, alerting a nearby alien. He rushes back to the basement, grabs the baby, and places him in the vault. He steps out again to retrieve the stopwatch and radio. As the alien approaches, he manages to get back into the vault and close the door. Unbeknownst to Marcus, the towel is not covering the latch, and the door locks shut. By nightfall, Reagan and Emmett arrive at the marina to find a boat. Emmett spots what appears to be a little girl crying and approaches her. Unexpectedly, she slips a rope around his neck. Suddenly, other survivors, led by a sickly man, emerge and attempt to capture Reagan. Emmett quickly tells her to dive into the water. She does, and Emmett creates a noise to attract a monster. The creature attacks the survivors, and Emmett stabs the leader in the leg, causing him to scream and draw the monster's attention. Emmett jumps into the water, and when the creature pursues him, it drowns. Reagan then arrives on a boat and rescues Emmett. Reagan and Emmett reach an island where they find survivors playing a song. They encounter a man who is part of the group. He asks Emmett if he deciphered the message, but Emmett reveals it was all Reagan's doing. The man explains that when the National Guard discovered the monsters couldn't swim, they started evacuating people by boat, but many panicked and drew the monster's attention by screaming. The next morning, Emmett hears a noise from a boat and discovers a monster has made it to the island. He tries to warn the islanders, but the monster begins attacking and killing people. Reagan and Emmett join the man as he honks his car horn to divert the monster away from the people. He then leads them to a safe place, but the monster catches him and kills him. Evelyn returns to the bunker only to discover that a monster has infiltrated it. She strategically places an oxygen tank near some fuel, and as the monster rises, she shoots the tank. The explosion sets the monster on fire, but it doesn't kill it. The sprinklers activate, giving Evelyn a chance to reach her boys just in time. Marcus, who had passed out from oxygen deprivation, wakes up, and Evelyn safely closes the vault. Meanwhile, Reagan and Emmett lure another monster into the radio station where the song is playing. Emmett distracts the monster while Reagan sneaks into the control room. Concurrently, Evelyn exits the vault and finds the monster inside the bunker, attempting to attack her and the boys. Reagan amplifies her hearing aid through the microphone, weakening the monster with the frequency. Marcus hears the sound over the radio and uses it to weaken their monster. He then steps out of the vault, grabs Evelyn's pistol, and shoots the monster in the head, while Reagan uses a mic stand to kill the other monster. The hearing aid remains on the microphone, allowing anyone to tune in and use the frequency to fight back.